Hello, my friends. Simon from What Culture here, live from flipping Las Vegas, the hottest place on earth. I knew it was going to be hot. Didn't realize it was going to be this hot. So if you enjoy watching a man go from this color to red, you're going to get it. But look, we are on the strip. MGM Grand is right there, where of course Dynamite's happening, Rampage is happening, Double or Nothing is happening. We're going to be outside later. Man, now that I'm here, where the hell we're going to do live videos from, I don't know. But we'll always figure it out. We wanted to give you a quick news update because, of course, the wrestling news landscape never sleeps, to the point you have to be on your phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I'm just going to get it up now because I want to make sure I quote him properly, which doesn't often happen when it comes to wrestling stuff on the internet. But Brian Alvarez, I like Brian Alvarez, big fan of Brian Alvarez, obviously of the Wrestling Observer and the Wrestling Observer newsletter and the Wrestling Observer radio, tweeted this exactly, it was about 52 minutes ago. At 9:37 a.m. LA time, appears everything clear for liftoff tonight. Now, you can speculate to your heart's content. I admit I am speculating to a certain extent. But Brian Alvarez is a man in the know. Brian Alvarez is a man that isn't going to say that without knowing what he's getting out there. And given that tonight on Dynamite we are learning where the first ever AEW collision is coming from, you'd have to figure that the CM Punk situation has been sorted. Right? We don't know for sure. We'll only know if we tune into Dynamite later. But I hope this is the case. As I always talk about when we get into all this stuff, remember they're human beings. They have emotions and thoughts and feelings, and we don't actually know what's going on. Unless you're in the situation, we don't know. But from a fan's point of view, I want to see CM Punk back, and I want to see every wrestler thrive as much as possible, especially when it does come to AEW Collision, because do not forget, it certainly feels and sounds like the reason for that show, to begin with, is to, you know, accommodate the return of CM Punk. He's going to be working with people he's going to work with. Sounds like we could get a CM Punk versus Samoa Joe feud. If you're an old man like me, you get pumped because they last worked in, 2005 for Ring of Honor? And if you've never seen that trilogy, you absolutely should. The third match especially is all time in many ways, if you want to argue the impact it had on professional wrestling. So you've got to figure that Tony Khan will turn up later. He'll tell us the first Collision show is coming from the United Center in Chicago, and of course the reason they held off on that is to get the CM Punk problems sorted. Now, just to catch you up to speed, again, just going off what we know, it sounds like it was to do with Ace Steel. Is he working for AEW? Is he going to be there in the building? Is he going to be remotely part of the employee system? I have absolutely no idea, but I hope that everybody can work together. I hope that we can all put this behind us, and I hope we can get back to just enjoying wrestling, because I think CM Punk can help AEW from a business perspective, and of course, you know, he is a super duper star, but I want everybody else involved in that company to fly as well. I know it's annoying to be a positive Pete, but that's what I want. I don't care who you work for. I don't care what the three initials are in front of your promotion. I want wrestling to do well, and I want wrestling to be a success, and I do think AEW Collision can be a massive success. I know it's on Saturday nights, and apparently television ratings aren't very good on Saturday nights, but if we know that, and we're discussing that, do you know who else knows that? High-powered TV executives at Warner Brothers Discovery. They're not going to be sat there and go, oh, it didn't do very well. Why did nobody do the research? I promise you, they've done the research, and let's just keep fingers crossed that it can be a show like Dynamite, because that would absolutely rock you. Dynamite on a Wednesday, Collision on a Saturday. Sounds like Rampage is going to become what AEW Dark used to be, and I like those developmental shows. I think they're fun, and I think they benefit the industry as well going forward. So yeah, I would imagine in a few hours, we're on 10:30 at the moment, it's probably about 6, 7, 8 hours, we may even get the official return. I mean, we probably should get CM Punk's name out there. I don't think we should do what we did first time because we've done it, right? The big secret surprise. I think we should say we're going to Chicago. CM Punk is coming back. He comes out on that show, gets confronted by Samoa Joe. That rhymed, which means it's definitely the right thing to do. And then we go. There we go. I'm just doing poetry now as well. Now, as we are talking about AEW, what I absolutely want you to do now is I want you to go onto your Googling machines. I want you to search for AEW Fight Forever, the brand new video game. Has a release date of June 27th, I believe. It's around the time the Forbidden Door pay-per-view is going to be live. I think it does tie in. I would have to imagine they announced the release date because CM Punk and AEW and Tony Khan have put their issues beside. He's coming back to the company, and therefore you know you can advertise him being in the game. But one of the big worries after there was some fracas or some back and forth with the age rating, I think they were the super adult rating at one point. They got it down to teen. And apparently the big reason for that was because of the blood in the game. And it was, oh, there's not going to be blood, there's not going to be blood. Go and look at the most recent AEW Fight Forever screenshot that they released. It's like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's like someone's being murdered. There is so much blood in that ring. But it actually gets me quite excited because, look, I love the WWE 2K games, but I want this one to be different, much as I want AEW to be different from WWE. And just as a small aside on my own, it's not news now, this is Simon Miller's personal minute, so you just have to bear with me. So many people are going, oh, it doesn't look very good, the graphics don't look very good. I think it actually looks pretty good. I like the fact that it's caricatured and it's not a simulation or whatever you want to say. But graphics mean nothing. Graphics mean absolutely nothing. I still play No Mercy. I still play WrestleMania 2000 back on the N64. Using an emulator, admittedly, but I never said that. Retract that, Phil. Make sure you take that out. I never said that. But the point is this. Graphics are always secondary. If the gameplay is good and it kind of plays like that, and it's got that old school arcade feel, and when you hit a pile driver, you hit a power bomb, you hit a DVD, it actually feels like you're crushing somebody. That's the kind of thing you want to take away from a video game. So I really do hope it's good. Don't forget it's their first attempt. I know that it's Yuke's making it and they've got loads of experience. I think Kenny Omega is heading it up, and that guy knows all about video games. But let's approach it just with positivity and love and see what happens. It doesn't matter if you don't like it, but don't judge it before you sit down to play it. But again, coming out the end of June, and if you want blood, you're going to get a bunch of blood. Now, I do want to end with some WWE news, because there is one more rumor going around about the one and only Logan Paul, because Logan Paul's last match was at WrestleMania. Before that, the Saudi Arabia show, and he did the Royal Rumble too. So there's been quite like a... It feels like a sporadic jump or a sporadic... You know, he's not like he's doing every single show. Now, as per the internet, apparently he is going to be at Money in the Bank, which of course is happening over in London, UK, at the O2 Arena. And you'd have to imagine if he's turning up there, he's going to be in the Money in the Bank match. Could he win it? Potentially. I know, it's going to drive people crazy, but he could. And he's also going to be working SummerSlam. So that's July for Money in the Bank, and then it's August for SummerSlam. So he may actually do consecutive pay-per-views. Excuse me, premium live events. I think he'd probably vanish after that, maybe till Survivor Series or maybe till WrestleMania again. I don't think it's going to become a thing. But there has to be a plan there. So you may see some kind of interaction between Logan Paul and somebody, which leads to a SummerSlam match. And there was a rumor a long time ago that... I've said rumor so many times in this video, but there was a rumor some time ago that there was talk of doing John Cena versus Logan Paul. I tell you, I think we should do it. I know, once again, we're all melting down. But John Cena is a super-duper megastar. He probably can't find the time with his busy film schedule, but he's a super-duper megastar. And Logan Paul obviously has that mainstream appeal. Like, he's got his social media following, and he is, you know, he does something, it gets reported on. So if you put those two forces together in a ring for a show like SummerSlam, I think it would be a massive deal. But no, I don't think we're going to do it. But I do think whatever happens at that Money in the Bank show is going to lead to the hottest event of the summer and whatever Logan Paul is ready to do. So make sure you put all that down in your calendars. Make sure you put that all down in your brain boxes. And also, actually, here's another thing that I read today that I thought was awesome. And it's just like a nice reminder to always shoot your shot and always believe in your dreams and always know that you have self-worth and you're able to smash it. Do you know Chelsea Green got her job back in WWE? She was sat there one day, and this was from an interview that Chelsea Green did. She was sat there one day, and she thought to herself, I'd like to work for WWE again. So she texted Triple H. He said, hey, Triple H. I'm sure she called him Paul, Mr. Levesque maybe. But hello, Triple H. I would like my job back. So Triple H replied saying, give me a call, and she's back in the company. And even though her and Sonya Deville never win, I love them. They got characters, and they make me laugh, and that's all I ever need. So, there is your daily morning update from the streets of Las Vegas. Obviously, we're going to have a bunch of content coming over the next few days, and if you do see this, and you are headed to the MGM Grand for Double or Nothing, for Dynamite or Rampage, make sure you come and find us. We'll be on the streets, causing a fuss, probably getting booted out again like we did at WrestleMania. That's not true. That was a wildly exaggerated story, but it's a better one, so I'm just going to put it out there. Make sure you like the video, share the video, subscribe, leave a comment below calling me an idiot, because that's what YouTube is all about. Otherwise, enjoy this week. It's fun to have a pay-per-view. Keep loving wrestling. See you soon.